Hi guys, welcome back to His Daughter, His Queen, where my heart is to help us wives fulfill our roles according to God's word and to empower our husbands as the head of our households. I hope you guys have had a very blessed week. I just want to thank you for taking a few moments out to hang with me today. I want to make this short and sweet. I actually want to work on making my videos shorter. So I just got to learn to stop talking so much. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about uncommunicated expectations. Like, meaning like you're expecting someone to do something, but you didn't actually tell them to do it. So then you're upset that they didn't do it. This can happen in any kind of relationship, especially marriage. And I know that there are so many relationships that actually fall apart. So many marriages that end in divorce because they didn't communicate their expectations of the marriage, of the spouse. And so therefore resentment builds up and there it goes. So I heard this quote today regarding this, which was, I think is so true, so awesome, and it's so deep. So the quote is, uncommunicated expectations equal premeditated resentment. I'll say it again. Uncommunicated expectations equals premeditated resentment. I'm going to just let that sit there, simmer in your spirit a little bit. Like, for real. Because if you don't communicate and then they don't do, you start to build up this resentment. You start to get angry. And it's like, it could be slow, and it could be a slow process that, you know, when they say like a woman get fed, when a woman is fed up, she's gotten a lot of things that she just lets stack, so she's like done, right? Expectations are that way. If you do not communicate them and the other person doesn't know, because how else are they going to know if you don't communicate? Every time I say that, I think about that thing that's on social media. They're going to know. They're not going to know. They're going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know. They're not going to know if you don't tell them. If they're loving you in a way that you don't receive love, like, you know, to talk about the 5 love languages. If he's buying you gifts, but your love language is touch, and he never touches you, but you actually don't communicate that your love language is touch. I mean, could you say it's his fault? It's his fault that he doesn't know, he hasn't studied you, whatever. Yes, but it could be, it's your fault because you haven't communicated that, right? We can't expect people to read our minds. And this can go from something as big as knowing how to love you, or like, hey, can you put your dishes in the dishwasher when you're done eating? Like, could you just rinse it out, put it? If you don't ever tell them and they never do it, and every time you go in the kitchen there's dishes in the sink, you're upset because you're building that resentment is building. You're becoming angrier because you're not putting the dishes in. When you could simply say, hey, babe, it would help me out a lot if when you're done with your dishes, you would rinse them and put them in the dishwasher. I would greatly appreciate that. Like a 2 sentence conversation, and could change your whole world. But no, sometimes we're like, we just expect them to do things and then we're angry that they don't. It doesn't work that way. Just like in anything, communication is key. You have to be able to explain your expectations and in a way that they hear, and then move on. Now, if you explain or you communicate your expectations, they don't meet them, that's a totally different subject. I'm not talking about that. But I am saying that if you have expectations of your spouse and they don't know and they don't do, then you build up this resentment. At the end, that's your fault because you did not communicate your expectations. It's just a simple thing as that. Dig within yourself. There's things in you that you get angry about, but you haven't said anything about. I will just suggest that you sit down and talk with them about it. Maybe not, it may not even be a sit down conversation. Hey, babe, instead of throwing your clothes on the floor, can you put them in a hamper? Like, that would be a great help. It'll make the house look neater, whatever your reasoning. I'm just saying it could be something like that, and just keep it moving instead of being upset every time you open up the laundry room and there's clothes all around the hamper but none in the hamper. honey, make your request made known and give them the opportunity to fulfill your request. Just like God says that we have to make our requests known. We have to pray and let him know what we want. Although he knows, but we have to still ask him. Same thing in your relationship. You should ask, or you should communicate, hey, I expect you to have the house clean when I come home from a week of working out of town. Oh, okay. And I'm just throwing out examples, guys. But seriously, this is something that actually I dealt with this the other day, which is really funny. And it was the smallest thing. And so we're putting away groceries, and we have these drink containers in our refrigerator. And I usually, when I picked up the groceries, got home, we're unloading, all that. But then I later noticed that no one restocked the drinks in the fridge. And I was really aggravated by it. I was actually really and then I was like, I told something to my husband. He was like, oh, babe, don't worry about that. We're going to take care of it. I was just like, nobody restocked the drinks in the fridge. He's like, you don't worry about the drinks. And the way he said it's so funny because he knows that I'm going to sit there and think about it till I actually go do it. He's like, I don't want you to do it. I'm going to take care of it. And then I later said it to my daughter. And then I'm like, why am I sitting over here? Could you just go and stock the fridge with the drinks? And that was simple. I just simply said it. Can you stock the fridge with the drinks? Something simple. Why am I letting that eat up at me or make me angry or sad or what? That's crazy. That's wasting them emotions. I ain't got time for that. Anyway, I hope this message helped somebody out there. I hope it helped and that you can communicate your expectations to your spouse. I crack myself up sometimes. Anyway, pay no attention to me. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Thank you for being so supportive, for being so loyal. Thanks for all that reached out to me asking about a video last week. I did not upload one, but thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support and your love, and I hope you guys have a very blessed week. Thank you so very much.